Welcome to everyone. So today we are here with a new episode of Uchti's Talk, and today we have a special guest, and it's Sister Sophie. So welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
So yeah, let's jump straight away to our questions so we can start discussion, inshallah. So what would you do if the proposal who come to ask for your hand asked to see your hair? So literally you're just sitting on the living room and suddenly he just either tell you he wants to see your hair, or he tell your dad or his mom to tell you that he wants to see your hair. So how would you answer, or your reaction would be? Okay, so let's go to Sophie.
Okay, so I mean, it's not really something that I've actually thought about until recently, but I don't think I would feel comfortable if I'm really honest about it. I don't think I would feel 100% comfortable in front of the guy, at least. If the mum wanted to maybe see my hair, I think I would probably feel more comfortable with that. So she could be like, all right, okay, yeah, that's something that you might be interested in, you know, to her son. But to the brother himself, I personally don't think I'd feel comfortable.
Okay, so you would say no?
Yeah, I would probably say no. I mean, I might maybe change my mind if I was actually in the situation, but if I'm just kind of thinking about it from now, I don't think I would feel comfortable if I'm 100% honest with that.
Okay.
Just my hair. I wouldn't mind showing my face and things like that, but just not my hair, really. I think I'd feel too exposed.
Yeah, that's understandable. What about you, Eka?
I wouldn't feel comfortable, I think, because you don't know the person that well, and you know, he may not even be thinking to go ahead. I may not be thinking to go ahead, so that would be a definite no for me.
Okay.
Agree.
Okay, there we go. So for me personally, if I mean, it's the first meeting and someone would ask to see my hair, I would take a deep breath, look right and left, and throw something on his face. Because I just like coming to my house and asking to see my hair. Okay, anyway, jokes aside, you know, I personally believe that when it comes to seeing the hair or not, for someone that comes for the first time, I mean, for the first meeting, I do believe that both parties have a valid argument. So I wouldn't say like it's haram or anything, but I just think that for the first meeting, it's better to not to, like Sophie said, like she would feel a little bit too exposed. And this is what I personally would feel. And, you know, a lot of practicing brothers sometimes, unfortunately, they have some really bad intentions and they kind of use this to play around sisters. I know not everyone has these kind of intentions, but sometimes it happens, and it's very common, especially in the 21st century. So this is why maybe if, I don't know, we were at the time of the Sahabas, I wouldn't mind, but like now I wouldn't really like it.
I agree.
Okay. For me, it's the same. I would say no, because first, I don't follow the opinion that you can show your hair, especially not on the first meeting. And
Okay.
secondly, because okay, let's say that you show your hair on the first meeting. So if 10 men come to ask for your hand, you would show to 10 persons your hair. And I think it's like a big thing. So absolutely no, I would just...
That's a big thing.
I actually didn't show my hair to my husband until the wedding day. He didn't ask for, and I didn't feel the need to show it. So we just didn't do it. And
I feel like it's cuter. I said, like, I feel like it's more cute that he sees you, I mean, on the wedding, I mean, he sees your hair in the wedding day. I don't know, we're just like,
yeah,
like hair.
It's like a surprise, yeah. It's like seeing the hair in all its glory, and
The
it's
first
like,
time, yeah.
So yeah, it just must be so nice to see that for the first time. It's like you're kind of getting to know them again in a new light.
Exactly.
Surprise!
Surprise, that's the thing.
And also for the face, there is a sister who actually she went niqab and she went to meet this guy, and they've been talking and asking questions and stuff. And then the man goes, he talked with her dad, and he told him that he wanted to see her face since the beginning, but she didn't lift the niqab.
Oh, yeah.
And he didn't know why, you know. And the dad, he said, actually, she said if she was interested, she will lift the niqab. If not, she will keep it.
Oh, that's a good way.
I know it sounds like maybe rude to men because they are in that situation, so he maybe feel hurt or something. But I feel it's her right, especially if she believed that covering the face is obligatory and she is not interested. So what's the point of showing her face? Like, yeah. So it's
Yeah.
I agree.
That's normal.
Yeah. And that's a good way to kind of get through that without hurting somebody's feelings, I think.
Yeah. Just normal, you know.
Saying, no.
No, thank you.
Yeah, also because then he doesn't really know you yet. He can't put a face to you to be sad over or something like that as well. So yeah.
And by showing your face also, you know, he can maybe describe it to others and stuff. Like Hurayra said, I agree with her. If it was in the time of the Sahaba, I would probably show my hair too, because I wouldn't care. I know that everything that's happening in this room won't go out. But with now, I wouldn't really trust so much. Okay, so the next question is, would you wear makeup on the first meeting? Hurayra?
Okay, even if I was wearing makeup, like let's say if I wear makeup on a daily basis, I wouldn't do that on that particular day, because I think, I think makeup kind of like, enhances your beauty. So, and for me personally, I think it's better that he sees you uglier the first day. Then I don't know. It's just my personal, opinion. I feel like it's better that someone sees you naturally, because he's gonna see that one way or another. So yeah. This is my opinion.
Sophie?
Yeah, I think, if I'm honest, I think I would actually be very, very subtly natural, if that makes sense. So I would maybe do the basics to make it presentable. So not like I've just rolled out of bed, but just maybe a little bit of mascara, you know, maybe like a lip balm or something, just to be presentable, because I wouldn't want to look like I've not made an effort, I don't care about myself type of thing. But on the other hand, you wouldn't want to deceive them either. So I would just keep it natural, or minimal, shall we say, minimal makeup. That's probably what I would do, if I'm honest. I'm just thinking of being actually in the situation and what I would actually do. But yeah, definitely natural, I would say. Minimal, natural.
What about you, Eka?
So I actually would like do very natural, like Sophie said, kind of like a no makeup, but nothing that really overly enhances. For example, if some sisters are prone to hormonal breakout, so I would sort of solely only cover that, because it's something which is temporary. And maybe like a little bit of lip balm or a little bit of highlighter, like Sophie mentioned, just something like very minimal. Nothing so that anyone could look at me and go, oh my gosh, she's wearing makeup, like, so you can't tell.
Yeah. How about you?
I wouldn't wear makeup because I like Hurayra said, I want to be uglier, not uglier, but
like ugly in that sense, right? I'm just being sarcastic, right? We're not ugly.
Come on. How I do it normally. So next time, like for example, in previous meetings, if I want to put makeup, or on the wedding day,
it will be noticeable.
Real. What did you say?
Yeah, so next time if you wear makeup, you could see. There may be a difference.
Yeah, exactly. But I want him, like the first meeting, I want him to see me just normal. So he know how I look with my flows and all that. So he can know if it's someone he want to wake up next or not, because I think it's important to not fool people, especially people who put like lenses and a lot of stuff.
Fake lashes.
You give them a version of you that is not true. You need to be realistic, not to only to the person, but to yourself as well, because you don't look like that. So
yeah.
This is
Yeah,
why I
definitely
really
agree.
recommend.
What do you say?
Yeah. And this is also really why I recommend doing really good skincare and trying to take care of your skin as much as possible, using lash serums, etc., because that is something which doesn't wash off.
Yeah,
So I would
it's
recommend
permanent.
starting a good skincare routine before recommending any makeup.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you know, in Algeria, men they say like this: when you go and propose to a woman, you should take with you this for removing the makeup.
Really? Never heard of this.
So because they think that all women put a lot of makeup and they are like lying, showing something they are
Oh
not.
yeah.
So they are like, oh, you should take with you products when you go propose to someone, and I'm like, okay.
I'll take them swimming.
Uh,
That's what they say.
Yeah.
yeah.
By the way, I wanted to mention something regarding showing the hair. I forgot to mention that earlier. So, you know, I personally believe that if, I mean, you know, sometimes some people might believe in different opinions. I personally think that if someone, I mean, holds into a certain opinion or a certain view, they should discuss that before meeting. Because I'm going to tell you this story. There's a sister I know. Her brother is really practicing Allahumma barik, and he wanted to ask a certain sister for marriage. And that sister is, you know, very practicing. She wears jilbab and stuff. But when it was time for her to, come, actually, she wasn't covering her hair. And because she follows the opinion that she doesn't have to cover the hair, you know, on the first day. And he kind of, you know, he was shocked because he was not expecting that. And he even kind of accused her that she doesn't have haya, she doesn't have modesty. And yeah, and that wasn't the case, obviously, because the sister, Allahumma barik, she's just amazing. But I mean, she just believes in that opinion. So just to tell you that it's kind of important to discuss this before, you know. I mean, personally, like if I want to show my hair, I don't want anyone to think that I don't have haya or anything. It's just that I believe in this opinion, right? So this is why I think it's important to discuss this before, before coming anyway. So what do you think?
I agree with that. Actually, I wanted to add this point after, but I didn't know when to add it.
I'm sorry, I thought you forgot.
No, it's fine. Why it's important to discuss it before? Because, okay, let's imagine you are in that moment, okay? And I don't know, maybe some sister, she didn't wake up too early, she didn't fix her hair properly. I don't know, like it might happen that you don't expect to show your hair. So maybe you just didn't fix it. You just put it down and put your hijab and go, you know? So it will make her uncomfortable, I think. I don't think everyone literally prepared themselves to show the hair because maybe, that's what they follow. So I think if he do it suddenly, it may be, you know, what should she say? Wait a minute, I need to go and straighten my hair and fix it, you know, like it's, the best. So the next question is, what would you wear on the first meeting?
So,
interesting question.
Yeah. Yeah. So I would probably just wear like an abaya and a khimar or a big hijab, but one of those loose abayas, nothing fitting or nothing tight, because you don't know like if anything's going to go any further than that. So basically something that I would feel comfortable wearing and that fits the parameters of hijab for going outside, but is still a little bit pretty.
Okay. What about you, Huraya?
Okay, so for me personally, I would stick into what I usually wear on a daily basis, with the exception of maybe I would just wrap a normal scarf or shela instead of a khimar or a jilbab, because I do believe that the jilbab or the khimar anyway, you know, when you tie it, it kind of, it makes your face different a little bit, you know, especially when it comes to the chin and stuff, the cheeks. So so I think, because I've noticed when I see, normal people, like when they wear jilbab and abaya and then they wear shayla, their face actually looks a little bit different. So, and since the purpose from the first meeting is to get to know each other and to see each other. So I think I would rock shayla instead of, yeah, normal clothing, abaya, but with normal shayla, not with the jilbab or khimar. This is what I would personally do.
Okay. And Sophie?
Well, before I heard what Eka said, sorry, Hurayra said, I was going to say khimar and abaya. I would have worn that, but now hearing what Hurayra said about it can change the face, the shape of your face, I never thought about that before. That's a really good point, actually. So maybe I would probably wear hijab, maybe, or shayla, like Hurayra said. But I'd also want to feel comfortable. I think if I would wear something that I don't usually wear, because I usually wear khimar, if I wore a shayla and I don't usually wear a shayla, I think I feel more nervous and uncomfortable. So I'd probably just stick to that and then see how it went from there. Maybe it's not as tight or something, or I don't know.
Yeah,
but I just want to feel comfortable. So I'd probably just wear khimar and abaya, maybe.
Okay. Yeah, probably me too. Actually, I never thought about the jilbab and khimar that, you know, change a little bit your face. I never really thought of this point. So I think Hurayra put us a little bit all in a...
No, but I mean, I think that you can, because I've seen many sisters, like, for example, I feel personally that the khimar or the jilbab, it kind of make your face look fatter than it usually is, because, you know, it comes until here, like when it comes to the chin. So I don't know, I was just thinking about it, because when I see sisters who usually wear khimar and then suddenly they wear abaya, I can see like their face change. I don't know, it's just me. I'm sorry for making everyone.
I never really thought of it so deep, you know, like in a too deep way. I don't know, I'm a little bit like Sophie as well. Like, I don't know if I want to wear a khimar, because I do wear khimar sometimes, but I don't like them so much. I feel like they look ugly on me, and I don't want to look ugly, obviously. So
okay, so in the beginning you said you want to look ugly, and now you change your mind.
No, I mean naturally without makeup, but I don't want to look like ugly. I'll go away, you know, like,
yeah, you don't want to look super ugly, you just want to look ugly.
No, because, you know, there is for example, for me, khimar doesn't look as good as the one Sophie she's wearing. You know, this one looks better on me than the actual hijab, like this. I don't know. I think it's because I cannot tie it good, so it started to get messy, and you know, so it looks ugly, and some hair comes out here and there. So I think it will look so really ugly. So I don't know. Actually, alhamdulillah, I already it already passed.
Had that experience.
Maybe the first meeting jilbab, second meeting khimar, third meeting hijab. Different each meeting.
Something like this, perhaps.
Like
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, it's good to transit sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it's the sister to consider this point that Hurayra gave. This, I think it's good.
Yeah, and even like the point Sophie said, like to stay in your comfort zone, obviously, because you don't want to try something super different and then you will be nervous even more, you know, because you will be already nervous that particular day.
Oh yeah, definitely. And you want to get to know the person rather than thinking, oh, do I look fat? Do I look good? Do I look weird? Like I would want to just get to know the brother without worrying about myself so much to the point I can't even get my words out. And then I think, oh, I regret not saying this. I regret not saying that, because I was worrying about what I was wearing. So
yeah, I agree totally. Yeah. So for the next question, would you feel comfortable to be with your dad and ask the questions, or your dad sitting maybe far a little bit so you can feel comfortable to ask what you want, or you want like the sister or the mom, who you would feel comfortable? I don't know, like, oh, Hurayra, go.
Okay, so for me personally, like I don't really have a family that kind of know these things and care about these things, so they would probably they would just probably leave it to me. So I never really thought about it, to be honest. But I think it's better that you have people around you. So yeah, there's no khalwa, like we say. So there's someone around, but yeah, they can see you and, you know, not really like sit next to you like that, but at least like you're not alone out there. I think it's better and it looks more respectful, and yeah. But obviously I think we should consider someone that, you know, we have I don't know, someone that you kind of respect, or someone that you would feel comfortable sitting next to, because you don't want to stress out even more, or, you know, yeah, that's my personal opinion.
Okay, but what about his family? Like, would you feel comfortable if his mom is there, for example, or his dad? I don't
Oh
know.
my goodness. Okay, that would be extra super stressful. I never really thought about it. I know that like maybe your family would be there, but like his family there on the first meeting sitting next to you. Oh my God, that would be super stressful. I never really thought about it.
What about you, Sophie?
Oh, that's a really hard question. I mean, because if I'm thinking about my own dad, I'd be like, oh, that's so embarrassing. But I would want somebody there, because usually I'm a person who wants another person with me just for that comfort feeling. But I think if it was my own dad, I would be probably more nervous. And if it was maybe if they brought one of their family members, or like the whole tribe, you know, come on, bring the whole tribe, I'd be more nervous. But I think I would want somebody there in the beginning, the first meeting, just to kind of oversee things and how, so they can give me their opinion, like even after just a first glance. But I think I would want some time where I can actually just be myself, so that I know that if another person's next to me, maybe their presence is not influencing my questions, or because you might not want to talk about certain things maybe in front of your dad, or in front of somebody else, in front of their mum, their dad, whatever. So I would want to have somebody there in the beginning, but I would also need time to be able to be myself as well, and want to ask the questions without another party, if that makes any sense. But obviously within the boundaries of which is correct, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, absolutely.
Have dad like peeping through the door frame or something. But yeah.
So yeah, it's definitely a really tough one, I think. And for me, I feel like having my dad there would probably make me very, very nervous. Same like with if I were to have my mother there. That would just make me very nervous, and I probably wouldn't be able to speak much. But if it was one of my brothers in particular, I'm quite comfortable around him. So I feel like I can express myself easily when he's around. So yeah, and however, his family, that really depends on what his family is like. Like, for example, if I'm already close with his mother and his sisters, and I know what their personality is like, I know what they expect, all of those kind of things, then I wouldn't mind, and I probably wouldn't be nervous either. This is for the first meeting, of course. But like, yeah. So it really just depends on the family as well.
Okay, so for me, okay, so I probably would feel comfortable like my parents did. So basically they let us talk in the room, but not alone, and they didn't close the door. So they did go and come and back and put something, go around the room or something, you know, but they didn't sit too much. And because when they sit, like, I didn't know how to say the questions, you know, I was like so nervous, even if it's my parents, but I felt so nervous, you know, still, because it was something new, especially the first time. I still remember it. I was like so nervous. I didn't know what to talk. And my mom was like, yeah, say something, you know, and I was like, okay. Oh my God.
Mubarak.
Yeah, because maybe if there's that awkward silence,
what to say.
somebody else can prompt that.
Sorry, what did you say, Sophie?
I was just saying that maybe if there's like an awkward silence, that other person there, if it's your mum or dad, that they can prompt a question that you might not have thought about before. So it's good to have that extra support for somebody to ask a question that you may not necessarily think about.
Yeah, but I had the question in my mind. It's just that I was a little bit shy to tell them, like, my family and stuff, even if it was just normal question, but still I was a little bit nervous.
It's true. It's like you will be super stressed, even if you memorize all the questions.
Yeah, exactly. So and I wanted to be, you know, like, give honest answers. I didn't want to, you know, try to make it better just because my parents are there or something, you know. I wanted to give my real answers. But alhamdulillah, my parents didn't really annoy us. She just sit a little bit, my mom, and then my dad, and then my brother sit a little bit, but it was fine. We finished the meeting, alhamdulillah. So, but I don't think I would feel comfortable if his family was there. I don't know. Maybe like Eka said, it depends if I know them or not. But
like it's the first meeting, you can't really know them first time.
no, but maybe you know them before, like I don't know, some they marry maybe the neighbor or something, and you already know his mom, for example. That's what I mean. Like if you know her, it's pretty comfortable. But if it's someone like totally stranger, like in my case, then no, I don't want this family. I think it will be awkward and strange to have them there. Like they will be just silent listening to us talking. I think it's so strange. So yeah, but alhamdulillah, I passed this, so also I don't have to think about it anymore.
Lucky, alhamdulillah.
Would you prefer to first send a picture of you, for example, to see, so he can see how you look like, or you would prefer to meet without sending any picture or something, or would you want to see him before meeting him? I don't know. What do your opinion about this? Because there's many who send pictures actually before, then they meet. So what about you, Eika?
So I actually don't feel comfortable sending pictures because I feel like we all look very different in a picture to versus when we are moving. And like that's actually something that I have rejected doing on multiple occasions because that's not something that I want to do. I rather even have, for example, a sort of like not a meeting, but where we'll just see each other from like kind of a distance or something like that. Just like, yes. Yeah, because everyone looks so different in pictures. And I think it's even the same for the brothers. Like some brothers look totally different to how they look in the pictures. And I feel like if we just judge them based off the picture, I don't think it's really fair. And because I know I wouldn't want someone to do that to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Sophie?
Well, I do actually have a little bit of experience with this because when I first reverted, when I was looking, I did actually send a couple. It was obviously through a mutual person. I sent a couple of pictures of myself, and then the brother sent some to me because I think I had a type as well at the time. And I mean, well, I probably still do, but I had a type, so I knew what I was looking for. Not really on a superficial level, but just I wanted to make sure the brother had a beard. He was, he kind of appeared practicing as well. So that was really important for me to have that initial attraction at the time. But now, being where I am today and who I am now, I don't think I would do that now. So it was, I suppose it's different mindsets and different times. But so I did then, but I wouldn't now. I'd prefer to see them in person, I think.
Okay. That's interesting.
Okay, what do you think, Bint Hermano?
Okay, so I was in this situation, so I have experience with that because my husband was in another continent. Yeah, I did send my pictures, but I totally agree with Sophie. If it was now, I wouldn't. I don't think I would. Absolutely not. I think I would go with a video call and then meeting straight away. No pictures at all. But back then, I was a little bit. I was an expert, we can say, and I didn't know. But I did send 2 pictures actually, and he sent me his pictures as well, and that's it. And then we did the video call, and then we met. So that's
okay.
Because I attracted someone else, I wouldn't maybe send it just randomly like this, Muraya, what about you?
I'm sorry for interrupting you, by the way. Okay, so for me personally, I personally would want to see them in a picture than see them in real life. I don't know, it's just me, because I'm gonna tell you something. Like for me personally, I don't like to reject people in real life. So for me, like being able to see them in a picture is better. So at least if, like Sophie said, like if you don't like them or they don't like you, I think it's better than just meeting and yeah.
I said, so you can reject them or by sending messages.
Yeah, in a sophisticated way. Yeah, I don't know, it's just me because you know, I personally I don't know, some people are kind of used to kind of like, you know, have these marriage meetings, but for me, I don't come from a religious background, so like my family, they don't have this understanding of like meeting and you know what I mean, right? So yeah, for them, if someone comes, it's like yeah, he's the first and the last. Okay, obviously if things are not going to work out, there's absolutely no problem, but they don't really know about the Islamic, you know, background of like coming and, you know, doing it this way. This is why I would prefer to kind of see someone before, even like Eka said, for example, I don't know, just I don't know, you see them in real life from, I don't know, distance, or maybe just send pictures. This is what I would personally do because this is my situation. So that's what I think.
Yeah, in my friend's case also, because she met someone online and they did like this. They sent 2 pictures and he sent 2 pictures and then they did a video call. I think it's important to do video call, especially when you live like far, because like Eka said, picture and real life, like someone who moved, it's not the same. It's like totally different because, you know, picture sometimes you look ugly on picture when you are not ugly. I don't know, but there is some people who are not really, you know, like in my family is like this. My sister, she hates taking pictures, even if I think she looked good, but she hates pictures. And I think also people can kind of cheat a little bit on pictures because they can use, you know, when you are too much next to the light, we cannot see so much the flows on the faces, and maybe you can picture on the angle where you look the best, but the video call, you can see the person moving, so you can see the whole face and flows and everything. So I think video call is the best. And I do agree with sending picture. I did it myself. It's just that now I don't trust so much people, especially online. So I would be like, I'm not sure about sending picture because maybe we send it to him and then we show it to some other guys or
yeah, you need to be sure like you're dealing with who.
Yeah, so but if I do trust the person, like he's 100% good, I know that he's a trustworthy, yeah, I would send the pictures, no problem. So
well, saying that though, I actually have a friend who she was actually looking to get married to somebody, and the brother sent her pictures, and initially she liked him, and then when they had their first meeting, she actually found out that he was extremely obese and he didn't portray that on the picture. And then his mum took her to the side and said, oh, you know, I know what you're thinking, but he can like lose all the weight. And I think she was really taken back. Obviously not that she's superficial, it's just that wasn't what she saw on the picture. You know, he was like some kind of handsome guy, and he came to see her, he was really, really extremely big. So obviously that was a deception on his part. So, you know, because he didn't tell her beforehand. So that's why I think regardless if you send pictures or not, you're probably going to see the person in the meeting anyway. So, you know, they could be shocked or they could be pleasantly surprised. But yeah, I don't think it really makes that much of a difference if you're going to see them anyway.
Yeah, I think it's better to be honest because like in this case, it's not about being superficial. I don't think the sister is being superficial because I would do the same.
Just being realistic.
It's about attraction, you know, you have in your mind something, okay? And it doesn't have to be 100% that, but when it's totally the opposite, it's really difficult to deal with it. I know because I'm someone like this. If I have an image of you, it doesn't have to be someone like, for example, blue-eyed, but if you totally lie and use lenses, it's
it's just deception.
Yeah, exactly.
Deception. Yeah,
so it's hard to cope with it, I think. Okay. Yeah, the last question is, how would you refuse the proposal? Like, okay, you're sure you are not interested on him, you don't want to see him again, no more meetings, nothing, but how would you do it?
I wouldn't do it. You know, we were talking about, you know, the reason why I when we were talking about pictures and stuff, it's because of this, because I don't like to reject people like that. So that's such a hard question. Okay, maybe I can cheat on your answers. Go ahead, Sophie and Eka.
You come with the picture and you don't like him, what would you say?
I think I would just ask maybe the other party, like parents or whatever, to deal with it. I would just say, you know, can you just send the message across to their parents and say, you know, unfortunately, due to this time, we're not going to be accepting the proposal. But one good thing that you can say is, after praying istikhara, because people can't really get mad at that. So if you say, okay, I'm going to go pray istikhara situation, and then they can just say, right, well, we've prayed istikhara and we're not going to go ahead. So that way it's not a direct slap in the face. It's just, okay, this is what is from Allah. So I still obviously still would do the istikhara, but it's not a direct, like, you know, it's not a direct hurt on the person to say, okay, yeah, we don't like you. It's just, this is what's come from Allah, so that's what I'm accepting, and that's it. And that's just the easiest way, I think.
Okay, and what about you, Eka?
I agree with Sophie exactly, 100%. I think istikhara is the best way to politely tell someone no. And the truth is that if the istikhara did go well, you probably would go ahead and have another meeting. So once again, it comes down to what is willed, what is qadar. Another thing that I would probably do is ask another question, like about something which maybe about their goals in life or something like that, and then be like, oh, okay, you know, so it's not like saying, oh no, I find you ugly, because the truth is, if you're not attracted to someone, you don't find someone attractive, that's you. The next person won't necessarily think that at all. So you don't want to sort of crush the person's confidence and things like that.
Yeah, I think that's good, like asking about something else. And so it doesn't seem about like just, I don't like you. That's smart.
Yeah, the problem is when he asks you directly in that moment. So my friend, actually, it happened to her. She had a video call, and in the video call, he asked her, do you like me or not? Like on the physically, you know.
Oh my God.
Wow. And my friend, she was so embarrassed, you know, because even if she liked him, it's so embarrassing to say it, to ask it straight away. He should have just be, you know, answering on messages instead of like this, because I think it put her really in a bad situation, and she was like so nervous, and she just said yes, you know, like this slowly, and then he was like, well, what did you say? I didn't hear. Oh my God, it was really
Put on the spot.
But yeah, for me, I would either say, yeah, I prayed istikhara, and I don't think it's a good sign, you know, like it's not gonna work. Or I would say that I don't think that our, you know, like personality match and our character match. So I don't think we are compatible, and that's it. I wouldn't say like I don't like you physically or anything, because I think it's not nice, and it give you low self-esteem. Because my friend also, it happened to her 2 times. They ask for her hand and everything, and then when they see her more on video call, they told her, no, I don't like her physically, and she was hurt so much, because she's not ugly or anything, but just, you know, she started thinking, oh, she's ugly, she's not good enough, and stuff like that. And I was telling her, no, it's not that. It's just that you're not his type. That's it. But it does hurt. I think it's really important to be careful on this for men and women both.
You know, I completely agree with you, because I have a friend, and oh my God, this is such a emotional story. Like, it has to do also with showing the hair or not. So she was looking to get married, and she comes from a very, you know, practicing family. So like every time someone is interested, they actually go to the wedding and they meet in the house. And every time they would ask her to show her hair, and she used to do that, which is completely fine. And then they would eventually reject her, subhanallah, and they would even say like, I didn't like her. And by the way, she's not like, I mean, when you hear about these stories, you probably think that this person is not that attractive, but that was not the case. And this is why I do believe that beauty is something, you know, relative. So what I might find beautiful, I mean, someone else would just don't find it nice anyway. So, but actually it happened to her many times, like about 5 times. And now, actually, she doesn't consider marrying practicing brothers, because she believes they are you know, just they play around. And she eventually actually, I know that's not obviously a justification for her actions, but she removed completely the jilbab and she's just into like, you know, normal, you know, clothing with hijab. And I feel like it's sad, just so these brothers know, like sometimes when you do this, it has an impact on somebody else's life. And this person, like she, subhanAllah, imagine like in the future, she consider marrying someone who isn't really practicing, and then she might even eventually lose her deen. SubhanAllah. So I don't get why people do that in the first place. Like Bint Manu Akansofi said, you could just simply say, you know, we don't match. I don't know, we weren't made for each other, but why would you go to someone and say, I don't like her physically? And especially when you do this in front of, like, when you hear this from the in-laws, for example, it just, it's a crush. I don't know. It's not nice to do.
No, it's definitely not nice. And for your friend, anyway, I'm sorry for what happened to your friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really not nice at all. Not a nice way to. I think that's something that some brothers need to also realize, is that how you interact with a woman, even though it may be just, you know, a marriage meeting, an early marriage meeting, that can have long-standing effects. And yeah, everyone has to be careful of each other's feelings. At the end of the day, we're all just humans.
Yeah, even if he's like never gonna meet her ever again, but still, it's not nice.
Exactly.
And you were saying something about your friend.
What was that?
I forgot. You were saying something about your friend, and I remember something to add, and then I totally forgot what was it.
About her actually switching into like normal clothing, not considering marrying practicing brothers. What was that?
No, it was something else.
About hijab, about removing the hijab. Yeah, concerning this point of like removing the hijab. I mean, I personally believe that if you are not attracted to someone's face, you're not going to be attracted to this person if she just shows her hair. I don't know, it's just my personal opinion. I know that you know, the hair gives another vibe, and this is why we cover our hair in the first place, obviously. But if you don't feel attracted to that person, why would you go further and ask her to remove, I mean, the headscarf?
And then some people, they think that maybe they didn't like the face, but if she showed the hair, she will look more beautiful. I know, because
she will look more beautiful, but if you don't like her, then you're not going to like her anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they think in this way. They think that, maybe if she removed the hair, she will attract me more. And then they are like, no, it didn't happen. Okay, whatever. I don't know, I think. Yeah, now I remember what is it. When you said about what looks beautiful to you doesn't specifically means that it looks beautiful to me. I agree on that. I remember when I talked on Instagram about that, and some sisters, they was like, what about be a person who is ugly? They cannot get married or anything. I said, ugly, what do you mean by ugly? Like a big nose, big hair? Because maybe you don't like big nose, but maybe I like it, you know, it's different. Everyone is different. Yeah. So we don't have like a standard for beauty. We are not like the West. We think like if you are blonde, blue eyes, you are definitely beautiful. No. One of my friends, she is Polish, she don't like blonde at all. She really dislike men who are blonde, blue-eyed. So just to tell you that beauty is really you know, is different from one to another. So yeah, that's it. So I think that's it for today. We finish, and
yeah, that was a really great topic.
I hope everyone enjoyed talking with us, especially Sophie, because she's the new.
Yeah, she's the guest. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. Jazakallah khairan.
Ameen, Jazakallah khairan.
Walaikum salam.
Okay, assalamu alaikum everyone.
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullah.